Assalamu alaikum, beta. Here we are back with the Ilminate education system recordings, as well as the lessons that we are going to do will definitely be a help for you to appear in the examination. I am here for maths, syllabus D with the subject code 4024, and as a normal sequence of the lessons that we are recording here for your help and for your support, I am taking the topic today related to the paper one topic, squares, square roots, cubes, and cube roots. Now, as you are aware that the topics for the paper one normally consist of those methods with the help of which, without using the calculator, we are able to resolve our problems or resolve our questions. So that means we are dealing with all the good techniques for the mental maths, and that needs obviously to practice. Here, when we are dealing with the topic, this topic is purely related to the numbers and everyday math, the big topic, and out of which this is the subtopic of it. For that purpose, first of all, keep this in mind that there are few numbers which you should memorize before doing these. And what are they? You should try to memorize the squares from 1 to 16. And let me tell you this. Square of 1 is 1. Square of 2 is 4. Square of 3 is 9. Square of 4 is 16. Square of 5 is 25. Square of 6 is 36. Square of 7, 49. Square of 8, 64. Square of 9, 81. Square of 10, 100. Square of 11, 1 to 1. Square of 12, 144. Square of 13, 169. Square of 14, 196. Square of 15, 2 to 5. And square of 16, 2, 5, 6. If you memorize these values, that will be very helpful to deal with the questions in this topic. Next one, you should memorize the cubes also from 1 to 6. Cube of 1 is 1. Cube of 2 is 8. Cube of 3 is 27. Cube of 4 is 64. Cube of 5 is 125. And cube of 6 is 216. Now, if you remember the squares, then you can easily remember this square root, that is the back of it. For example, if the square of 11 is 1 to 1, the square root of 1 to 1 is 11. If the square of 6 is 36, then the square root of 36 must be 6. Same way, if the cube of 4 is 64, then the cube root of 64 is 4. Now see the techniques, how we get questions in the examination. The first thing is, these questions will have this requirement. Evaluate. What evaluate means, we have to give the final answer in the form of number that cannot be taken as variable, that cannot be taken with some expression. They should be numbers. Numbers can be the integer values, numbers can be the fractions, number can be the decimals. Now starting with this, the first, suppose if it is said, find or evaluate 7 square. Obviously, we know that 7 into 7 is equal to 49, but if you remember 7 square is 49, we can directly write the square here. Now the same thing, if taken in this way, suppose evaluate 700 square, meaning 700 multiplied by 700. Now what do we do is, first of all, we double the number of the zeros here. Right now we can see 2 zeros, but since it is square, it will have a double number of zeros, meaning not 2, but it will be 4 zeros here. And then the leftover value, that is integer or the number, that should be squared. That is 49. Same way, suppose it is this way, square of 18 means, first of all, the number of squares will be double, meaning 2 zeros will be there, and 64 will be the square of it. Same way, for the cube, suppose it is 40 cube. The number of zeros will be trebled, meaning if 1 zero is there, it will be converted to 3 zeros. And the cube of 4 is 64. If it is, let's say, 500 cube, first of all, number of zeros here is 2. So we will treble it, meaning it will not be 2 zeros here. Now it will be 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 to 5 is the cube of 5. Moving on to the decimal values. Squaring the decimal values. See, for the decimal value, the first thing is we will start with the square of the number. That is, we can see here the number is 4. So we will take out the square of 4, which is 16. Then as the number of zeros were doubled in squaring, so here the number of decimal places will be doubled. Meaning 2 decimal places are there. What do you mean by decimal place? The number of digits after decimal are 2. Now here we will have to double square, meaning the number of decimals after decimal places or digits after decimal will be 4. Already there are 2 digits here. You will take 2 more digits and then a decimal. Suppose it is like this. 0.2 square. First of all, the number is 2. It will be squared as 4. And then here the decimal place is 1. That means after decimal there is only 1 digit. So it will be 2 decimal places. There are 2 digits after the decimal. So already there is only 1 digit 4 here. We'll add a 0 here and that will become 0.0. Suppose it is in this way. 9 square. First of all, square of 9 will be taken as 81. And then we'll count the decimal place. Here in the question, decimal place was 1 digit after the decimal. So here we need to have 2 digits after the decimal. So right now already 2 digits are there. We need to put a decimal here only. Same way, if it is cubed, cube. So first of all, we cube the number, which is 3. 3 cube is 27. And then we count the decimal places. That is 1 decimal place, but since it is cube, it means it should be trebled, the decimal places. 1 digit after the decimal makes 1 decimal place. We need to have 3 digits after the decimal. That is already 1 and 2 are here. We need to have one more 0 here and then a decimal. Like if it is let's take it as 0.02 cube. First of all, 2 cube means 8. There are 2 decimal places, meaning 2 digits after the decimal. So it must be treble, meaning 2 digits after the decimal will be trebled as 6 digits after the decimal. 3 times. 6 digits mean 1 digit is already there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means now 6 digits are there after the decimal. So it will be like this. Same thing is there for the square root. Suppose it is 81 square root. It will be equal to 9. We know that 9 times 9 is equal to 81. So that means square root of 81 is 9. If it is square root of 8100, then the method is we first of all just check and see where the decimal is lying. You can see that right now in 8100 there is no decimal. When there is no decimal seen, no decimal visible, it shows that the decimal is lying at the end. What we do in the square root or the cube roots, we make, in the square root, we make pairs from the decimal. And in the cube root, we make a group of 3. Now just see how. From this decimal, we make a pair, 00, and then we make a pair, this goes. For every pair, there should be one square root, meaning if 2 zeros are there, the square root of 2 zeros will be 1 zero. Square root of 81 is 9. Let's see. Like this. Decimal is at the end, as usual. There is no decimal here. Hello. Then the square root will be a pair of zeros, means 1 0. Pair of another 0 means another 0. And then the square root of 4 is 2. So 200 is the square root of this. Same thing goes with this kind of situation. Square root, again, decimal starts the pairing. Decimal, one pair, two pair. Single zero for one pair. Square root of 64 is 8, and a decimal here. 4 decimal places means 2 decimal places in the square. The cube root. Same thing. In the square root, we were making pairs. In the cube roots, we will make group of 3. Like decimal is nowhere visible, so decimal is here. From the decimal, we'll make a group of 3, and then this is alone. A group of 3 zeros will give a cube root of 1 0. And the cube root of 8 is 2. Now see, cube root means this 3 is there showing just a cube root. Decimal here, pair of 3, sorry, a group of 3, a group of 3, and then 2. A group of 3 will have 1 0. Another group of 3 will have another 0. And cube root of 64 is 4. And then the decimal is at the end. So we don't need the decimal to be put there. Cube root. Again, decimal and a group of 3. Since here a group of 3 will have a number 8, so we'll take it as cube root 2. 0.2 will be the cube root of it. Decimal, cube root, group of 3, group of 3. 0 for this group, 25 for this group. I hope you have understood the process and you'll be able to do these questions yourself. I will send you the worksheet also so that you'll be able to do these questions for the practice. And if you have any query, you can consult me in the group of Ilminate. I will always be there attached to the Ilminate group for any help for the students attached to this. Okay. So till the next video, take care and Allah Hafiz.